The next few videos are going to be on the color wheel and all the terms that go along with it. And I'll be demonstrating all the different steps. So you'll complete a color wheel and everything else that's on this handout that you'll receive, all about color. And then we'll be able to render and paint some of our figures and the clothes in color, living color. Here's our 12-point color wheel that you'll be painting with 3 primary colors only. So you'll only have 3 tubes or pots of paint: red, yellow, and blue. Those are primary colors. So we'll be working with them, and I will explain about this color wheel. If you mix 2 primaries together, you get a secondary color. So if I mix primary yellow with primary red, I get a secondary color called orange. And if you mix a primary and a secondary, you get a tertiary color called yellow-orange, or in this case, red with orange makes red-orange, which is a tertiary color. So all the way around the wheel, you can do that. If I mix primary yellow with primary blue, I get green, which is a secondary color. If I mix green with yellow, a primary and a secondary, I get a tertiary yellow-green. If I mix blue and green, I get a tertiary color blue-green. So all the colors with 2 words are tertiary colors. So it's logical. Once you mix these colors, they'll make a lot of sense to you. There's a few other terms before I start mixing. Well, I just explained primary, secondary, tertiary. You'll get this handout, and you can build your own color wheel. You can follow these shapes if you want, or you can make up your own shapes from the swatches that we'll be making. We'll be making swatches for all the colors, and you can make a circle, you can make whatever shape you want. Complementary colors are colors opposite on the wheel. So yellow and violet, blue and orange, any pair of complements. If you mix complements, you get neutrals, which we'll be doing too a little later. Intensity has to do with how bright or brilliant the color, how much pigment the color has in it. These are pretty all intense colors, but if I dull it down and make more of a neutral, these are less intense colors. Tint and shade have to do with darkness or lightness of a color. If you add black to a color, it's a shade. If you add white to a color, it's a tint. We'll also be doing that. Temperature, warm and cool colors. In general, you think of cool colors as being ocean, forest, things that are cool. In general, things that are warm, sun, fire, would be considered warm colors. Okay, let's mix some color. We'll be doing yellow to red. We'll mix primary color yellow, primary red. We'll get orange, which is secondary color, and then we'll mix the tertiary colors that go with that. So I've already put my red and my yellow. You need a round brush, paper towels, something to mix your paint in. So I've already put the primary red and primary yellow. So now I'm going to mix orange. Think of the fruit, the orange, and you want something that looks something like an orange that you would eat. So you want to color that somewhere between, not somewhere, but exactly as close as you can, between red and yellow. So this is like a family of colors, yellow and red being the parents. First child is going to be orange, secondary color orange. Okay. Then we'll mix yellow into that orange to make the tertiary color yellow-orange. So you want that to be between orange and yellow, maybe a little bit more red. A little bit more yellow, so yellow-orange. And then you'll mix red and make a red-orange. A little bit more red. So we've mixed the family from primary yellow, primary red, made secondary orange. Mixed a primary and a secondary, made a tertiary yellow-orange. Primary and a secondary and made tertiary red-orange. So you would then proceed to go around the wheel. Let's say you wanted to add the blue, and then you've already got your yellow swatch, so you would make green, secondary color green, make the blue green and the yellow green, and then you've completed. After each family, you should clean your water because it's going to get dirty and it's going to be the color that you just mixed. Okay, so you'll want to make all 12 swatches, all colors on the wheel. Remember, only 3 tubes of paint, red, yellow, and blue. And then you can decide on a shape. After they're dry, you can cut them out, put them in the order of the color wheel, label the color wheel, and then we'll go on to the rest of the demonstrations with color. But that would be the color wheel.